Hi, my name is Raphaelia. So today I would like to talk about issues in workplace regarding racial, national, and regional discrimination and biasness. The first issue is race discrimination and unequal treatment towards an individual because of their particular characteristic. So, as we all know, race discrimination is inevitable in our company and has affected our workplace too. Because some employers discriminate and treat each employees unequally based on their skin color or even their race. So therefore, it is very important for our company to take actions regarding these issues. So next is discrimination in recruitment. Discrimination in recruitment often happens when the employers decided to select a candidate for other reason during the interview. So they select the candidate based on their skin, their race, or their gender instead of looking at their qualification and their experience in the job scope. Last but not least is biasness in workplace. Biasness in workplace may prevent the right people from advancing to a better position in the company. For example, if a supervisor or a manager decided to discriminate their workers, then the workers couldn't advance to a better position in the company, and this may affect their mental health and will discourage them from giving them their very best for the company. So most common biasness that happen in any company is unconscious biases. Biasness can influence people's action and may prevent diversity in culture from entering our company. Therefore, the company should remember the importance in understanding that people come from different multiple race and belief can offer unique and fresh perspective to the company, and therefore this will result in a productive work environment for our company. That's all for me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Nur Hafizuddin and I'm the chairperson of Quick Space Company. Today I would like to present one of the main strategy to enforce in our company to go against the race discrimination. So the first one is anti-racism strategy. So why anti-racism strategy is important? Because anti-racism strategy is a very basic foundation of every company. And as we all know, every company in our country, including our own company, has multiple and different racial backgrounds. So there are a few steps on handling this anti-racism strategy. So the first step is to clarify the organization's stance and value. So our expectation in our company to form the anti-racism strategy perfectly, what does our organization stand for? So the main expectation for us is zero tolerance to racism. So for the second step, we would like to co-create a systemic approach for practical action. So in this part, every different part of department in our organization, in our company, we would like to work across different type of departments. So through this, we would like to observe and we would like to scrutinize the different type of operational process, and we would like to observe the different ways of working, and the main part is we would like to see the way people managing with their different type of policies. So such as different type of department, of course they have their own different style of management policies. So for the second step, we would like to co-create a systemic approach for practical action. So in this part, every different part of department in our organization, in our company, we would like to work across different type of departments. So through this, we would like to observe and we would like to scrutinize the different type of operational process, and we would like to observe the different ways of working. And the main part is we would like to see the way people managing with their different type of policies, so such as different type of department. Of course, they have their own different style of management policies. So, for the third step, we would like to connect with our employees to perform this anti-racism strategy. So, by meaning that we would like to create a safe space for our employees where they can talk about their problems without any boundaries or without any judgment. And besides, we would like to have time to talk with our employees. And the next one, we would like our employees to share their experience about their backgrounds, about their race, or maybe if there are any discrimination of their race, and we can learn from each other. So we know that perhaps we are doing some things the wrong way, and we can learn from this.
Hello everyone, I am Natalie Nicola from Human Resource Department. I will explain to you regarding our proposal to create recruitment policy in our company. First of all, I will explain to you what recruitment policy is. Recruitment policy is to promote consistency, transparency, compliance, and adherence to labor law and legislation. Besides, recruitment policy is a framework that all of the business outlines can be clearly seen in recruitment practices. As a person that responsible from Human Resource Department, me and my team will hire the right candidates to maintain the success of this company. Therefore, we will generate recruitment policy in this company. As I mentioned before, recruitment policy is to promote consistency, transparency, compliance, and adherence. However, there is one main reason that takes our attention before starting recruiting, which is to get rid and prevent race discrimination. Race discrimination and unequal treatment is still ramping in our society, especially in workplaces. So we take this opportunity to decrease the number of unequal treatment. Recruiting is important to grow the company, and it plays a big role in order to eliminate racial, national, and regional discrimination. How to solve this issue? By generating recruitment policy. In this policy, we will conduct strict background checks when it comes to recruiting. We will check the background of candidates, applicants without looking at their race, nationality, or gender to avoid discrimination. Instead, we will focus on their ability, their knowledge, and passion when working in quick space company. Despite choosing the candidates based on their race, nationality, and gender, we will focus more on their attitude. Therefore, generating recruitment policy in our company can prevent and decrease the number of race discrimination in the workplace.
Hello, my name is Ahmad Zahir Razak bin Masumi, and I will present to you one of the solution, which is by developing an anti-racism strategy. So now there are three main points in this strategy which I want to highlight on. So what I think of this solution, whether it is implementable or no, I think this strategy is very much possible to be implemented in the organization, because because this thing really needs a very quick fixing based on what is happening within the organization. Okay, so first, which is the keyword here is clarify. Okay, so how are we going to clarify the organization stance and values to the employees? So the employers need to maintain a zero tolerance stance on racial discrimination in the workplace. This is because uh, the organization's employees, partners, and everyone related to the company need to be aware of this stance. It's therefore essential to clarify the organization's position on anti-racism and discrimination. This will form the cornerstone of the company's plan to tackle the barriers of people that comes from ethnic minorities and their halt in progression in their work, so that we can ensure the organization can represent better for can represent much with a much more better value of the diversity of today's society. So how do we possibly start with this clarification? Okay, so the company can start by establishing some achievable goals. They can recognize the importance and the sensitivity of every subject that is presented in the company, and the said stance should be developed and tested with input and feedback from people in the organization. Okay, so next, uh, the company should create a systemic approach for practical action in the company. Uh, as I am well aware, some lasting changes will not come from ad hoc or narrow steps towards promoting race inclusion at work. So this can set some expectations for changes, but it might fail to deliver. So it will send the message to the organization that this might not be serious for the company to take any action. So how do we fix this instead? Uh, so we create a systemic approach to identify and tackle the causes of racial inequalities and discrimination at work. So the people in the company will look over across the entire organization. They will scrutinize all operational processes, some ways of working, and also involving the people management. So by identifying the structural, cultural, and policy barriers right across the organization, uh, it will become crucial for everyone for to take their action. This this approach is also must be supported with data and insight of what we can do. Okay, so the organization stance and values should guide the creation of of a systemic action plan that is kind of principle based and outcomes driven. And also we should ensure that the anti-racism strategy and action plan are resources properly based on this systemic approach. This involves time, some expertise touch, and also maybe including budget. Okay, for the third one, the strategy is to connect with people to create safe space. Why is this so? Because usually to start an anti-racism strategy, there might be some shortcomings. There might be some unusual approaches from people that want to take part of it. So we must make sure to connect our people who want to start this by having some safe space for people to approach, I mean to share their experiences or to help others. We know that racism cannot be entirely eliminated from the workplace, but surely we can inhibit them day by day. So organizations need to provide the ethnic minority employees with safe channels to express their voices and share their experience. And so the benefit of this, we can we can create a safe gap between coworkers and seniors, and also we can provide some sense of belonging for the ethnic minority community, so that it will create in what we can call uh, in what we can call a good a good connection between one and another. So what do I think of the overall implementation, uh, which I can justify? I think this strategy is somewhat might be a gamble for an organization to apply it, but it is better worth to try it rather than not, because to fix something like a racism issue, in any possible way, we must put all our forces on to eradicate it. So do I think that this strategy might affect the company's productivity or any energy that is spent towards making this work? I think it is fair to say that everyone must have their fair share to work this out. And also, if there is any wonder regarding whether this strategy might comes with some budget takings, so I think there is might be, but it is not covered yet, because this is still a raw strategy, which if later it is worked on, there might be some budget involved. So I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. My name is Mary. I am the representative from the employee side. As per the last meeting, in accordance with Mr. Zaire anti-racism strategy, we had suggested for the company to set up an educational program, which is the racial bias training program for the employees as well as for the employer. The main objective for this program is to first spread awareness, second to foster empathies, third is to create safe spaces. First is to spread awareness. Company can actively participate by providing resources to educate individuals about the culture of racism and biases. Trainers or mentors can be hired to provide skill learning, information, and experience needed to advise, develop, and support colleagues and organizations. The second objective is to foster empathies among employees regarding the biases experienced by their affected coworkers, in tandem to assist learners for better understanding of their role in promoting equality, thus combating all types of prejudice among the diverse group of individuals in the workplace. The last objective is to create safe spaces for the minorities in the workplace, thus encouraging individuals to speak up on the issue without fears of backlashes. Building up social connection via small or big group talks and promote positive interaction among the employees. You may ask, why is this program important? So as the discourse regarding the racial bias issues at the workplace had been on a rise lately, so it is essential for the company to be aware and alert so as not to be outdated. It is important for the company to examine the working structure and culture to see where we can improve and become more effective and productive. Thus, implementation of this program can help to improve that working cultures in the workplace. Example of companies that already implemented this kind of programs are NetSuite, Google, Starbucks, etc. Thank you for listening and for your time.